Welcome to Dr. Jester Rants, and I'm gonna rant about this. From Washington Examiner. Pelosi says Salon owes her an apology for setup. I remember in the last video in which I said, I don't know if it's published already. Well, either way, in which I said that Pelosi is kind of like the aristocrat. She thinks she is connecting with her people, but she's definitely not. And then in that video, I discussed one of the journalists who actually decided to blame the hair salon instead of blaming Pelosi for not respecting the bill. Or the law in this case, because California apparently has a law against open salons and going out and things like that, and she advocated that people shouldn't do it either, but apparently rules for they, but not for me. She is Marie Antoinette incarnate. Back to the article. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi called her appointment to the local salon a setup after critics accused her of violating the San Francisco ordinance to get her hair done. Of course she gets a pass because aristocracy is much more important than you fucking peasants. Let that sink in. Addressing reporters on Wednesday, the California Democrat fired back at those accusing her of hypocritically shaming others for not wearing medical masks after a video showed her walking through a salon without a mask. Trump calls Pelosi to visit the hairs. I take responsibility for trusting the word of a neighborhood salon that I've been to over the years many times, and that when they said that we are able to accommodate people one person at a time and that we can set up that time, I trusted that. And Pelosi said, so I take responsibility for falling for a setup, and that's all I'm going to say on that. Seriously, I think that this salon owes me an apology for setting me up, she continued. What in the actual fuckity fuck? You commit the crime. Well, technically shouldn't be a crime, but then again, you guys made it. So, you didn't follow through what you said. You did not do or follow what you preach. And you attack others, especially the peasants, us, for not following said requirements. But when you guys don't do it, we are the ones who owe you an apology? Are you nuts? God damn it. This pisses me off. Really does. Back to the news. Crazy Nancy Pelosi is being decimated for having a beauty parlor opened when all others are closed and for not wearing a mask despite constantly lecturing everyone else. I agree. President Trump tweeted following Pelosi's visit, "We will almost certainly take back the house and send Nancy packing." I hope so, especially because she is a hypocrite. Jesus Christ. No, people got jailed for opening hair salons, for going out without masks, or attacked, or other things. But apparently people like Nancy, she deserves to be free from those pesky little rules and regulations that people like her set up. Apparently, she's way above everybody else. She's so important that peasants like us are not allowed to have our own lives, and we are not allowed to even deviate a little. But for her, those rules don't apply. God. Right. Security footage showed Pelosi visiting e-salon in San Francisco. Of course, San Francisco. According to a Tuesday report from Fox News, Erica Keogh's, the salon owner, said the top Democratic lawmaker's visit was a slap in the face to business owners that operate indoors, which is prohibited in the city by ordinance. Seriously, look at this. And Pelosi still has the audacity to demand that the hair salon apologizes to her. Are you insane? We are supposed to look up this woman, right, Kills said. It is just disturbing. I agree with you, Kills. We are supposed to be looking up to her. The aristocracy. We are supposed to be looking at them as a good example of what to follow. But apparently the aristocracy is not the good example of who to follow. As in, they are not the ones, they say one thing and do something else. Jesus Christ. They are supposed to be the people we look up to, you know. They are leaders. They are supposed to be the leaders. The leaders are the people we should try to mimic it ourselves. But apparently they, well, moving on. San Francisco Department of Public Health issued a series of directives to enforce social distancing, which includes limiting local business practices. Indoor personal care services are not allowed, but Directive 2020-23 allows... No, my apologies. Directive 2020-23 allows outdoor personal services and was released on September 1st. The department wrote describing the order. Indoor preliminary guidance was released on July 1st, 2020 to help businesses prepare. Pelosi received a blow dry for her hair, but Kiel said the salons are not supposed to blow dry hair according to coronavirus restrictions. Kiel said that she felt compelled to share the security footage because of what everyone in my industry and my city, what every small business is going through right now. I agree, because apparently people like little Nancy over here, I think I probably should call her Karen Pelosi, gets to overlook or not respect those rules. People like Keels has to follow it religiously, but apparently, Nancy Pelosi is above all of this. Pelosi spokesman Drew Hamill said the California Democratic always wears a mask and complies with local Wuhan virus requirements. This business offered for the speaker to come in on Monday and told her they were allowed by the city to have one customer at a time in business. The speaker complied with the rules as presented to her by this establishment, he continued. Let's watch the video, shall we? Look, wears a mask. No mask whatsoever, barely being able to stand, wears a mask. Apparently, Miss Nancy Pelosi is really above the law. Really above the rules. Look at this. And then she thinks she's so much better than everybody else that she demands and insists that the salon apologizes to her. Are you fucking kidding me? What in the actual fuckety fuck is going on with these people? Do they actually think they are better than us? Well, apparently so. That was a rhetorical question, because remember, not long ago, a few months ago, Nancy Pelosi posted on Twitter, I believe, or was it Instagram? I don't care about those two platforms, but either way, she shared a picture or a video with her eating ice cream. Very expensive ice cream from a very packed freezer, and in doing so, it showed us that she was trying to portray herself as better than everybody else, but in her own mind, she thought, hey, I'm acting like everybody else, like the peasants here. Oh wait, are you telling me that the peasants cannot afford this type of ice cream or this freezer, and that most lost their jobs because of the regulations I passed? Oh, no, the other ones, they have a problem, not me. Oh. God, these people piss me off. Anyway, it really irritates me to no end. Well, thank you for watching. See you on my next video. Good night.